Harry Potter has such rich detail in pretty much every aspect of the series, whether it be the locations, the spells, the magical objects, the magical beasts, and of course, the characters. Two characters that always fascinated me were Harry Potter and Tom Riddle. Harry and Tom have a lot in common, as they were both orphans, both had a bad home life, both saw Hogwarts as their real home, both had a bit of a disregard for the rules, both were the spitting image of their fathers, and they even looked alike, both having black hair. But the similarity that I'm going to focus on in this video is the fact that they were both, shall we say, collected by a professor at Hogwarts. This was Slughorn's MO, as he collected the best and brightest students, which of course included his favorite student, the brilliant, handsome, and mannerly Tom Riddle. Meanwhile, Dumbledore took a special interest in Harry and sort of collected him in his own way, as he had many plans to do with Harry in the future. Looking at all of this, there's a very interesting parallel between Harry and Dumbledore and what I view as their dark counterparts, Riddle and Slughorn. Both of these relationships have a mentor and student from the same house. Harry and Dumbledore are Gryffindor, while Riddle and Slughorn were both Slytherin. This is another big, and in my opinion, important parallel between these two relationships, because traditionally, Gryffindor is perceived as good, while Slytherin is perceived as bad.
There's not a witch or wizard who went bad who wasn't in Slytherin.
Gryffindor and Slytherin are of course rivals, and have been since the man Godric Gryffindor and the man Salazar Slytherin turned on one another 1,000 years before the series took place. This Slytherin and Gryffindor beef seeps into my theory, because interestingly, both the adults and the kids have some beef with the other. Harry and Voldemort's beef is obvious. Voldemort killed Harry's parents, so he hates Voldemort. And Harry made Voldemort vanish for over a decade of long and painful years, so Voldemort wants nothing more than to destroy Harry. Then the adults are at odds as well, as Dumbledore is angry with Slughorn for giving him a fake memory. Meanwhile, Slughorn is angry with Dumbledore for trying to get the real memory, even leading to Slughorn carrying an antidote to Veritaserum at all times just in case Dumbledore used the truth-telling serum on him, showing that he does not trust Dumbledore whatsoever. Moving to my next point, in both relationships, there is a manipulator and a naive person being manipulated. The difference here that I believe makes it the light and dark is the way the person is being manipulated. Dumbledore manipulates Harry for years, but he does this to make the world a better place, knowing that Harry was the only person who could make that happen, as he is the chosen one. Dumbledore's manipulation of Harry was also for Harry's own good. Had Harry known he had to die at a young age, that would be torture that would eat him up for years. It was better that he found out right before it happened. Meanwhile, the manipulation being done in the Riddle and Slughorn relationship saw the adult being manipulated by the child, rather than the child being manipulated by the adult, as Riddle used Slughorn to get the information he needed to successfully rip his soul into 7 pieces and make his many Horcruxes. This manipulation is the complete opposite of the manipulation being done with Harry and Dumbledore, because instead of being about saving the world, it's about destroying the world to make it Voldemort's sick and twisted vision, free of muggles, muggleborns, blood traitors, and everybody who opposed him. It's also worth mentioning that Dumbledore manipulated out of love for Harry, while Riddle, incapable of even feeling love, as we saw when he took Harry's body over where it physically pained him, he did this out of the opposite of love. He did it out of hate for the world he was going to change. This is another great example of why I view these two pairs as being the light and the dark. What's fascinating though is how these two relationships line up. Dumbledore manipulating Harry directly destroys what Riddle's manipulation of Slughorn brought forth: the Horcruxes. It shows how the Gryffindor relationship puts a stop to what the Slytherin relationship created, and all of this comes together in one moment. The moment I'm referring to is when the two people who are being manipulated come together in one scene. Harry and Slughorn, one drunk and one high on liquid luck, sit alone with a sleeping Hagrid, and they put all of their cards on the table. Harry admits that he is the chosen one, and Slughorn admits to the mistake he made. Harry then begs Slughorn to help him help the man who manipulated Harry, aka Dumbledore, all to put a stop to the man who manipulated Slughorn, aka Lord Voldemort. In the end, they both helped each other. Slughorn helped Harry by giving him the real memory, and Harry helped Slughorn by eventually ending the mistake Slughorn made when he told Riddle about the Horcruxes. It's a really fascinating dynamic that shows two different generations, two different houses, two different students, two different teachers, but in the end, one outcome. Now, was this planned by Rowling? Probably not. I'm probably just looking much deeper than I ought to, but I'm glad I did because this brings up a whole new dynamic to the series. Oftentimes, themes and motifs created by accident while developing a story can lead to some of the best example of these that writing has to offer. But let me know what you think of my theory in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. You can follow me on Instagram to see more of my personal life, like my cute dog Loki, and some behind the scenes movie flame stuff. I also do similar content on TikTok and Twitter that I do here on this channel, so if you like what I do here, check them out. All the handles are right below me, and links are in the description. Over here are my wonderful patrons. If you want to be featured on the next video, plus get a few other perks, become a patron today. As always, if you liked the video, hit that like button and subscribe, and look out for more great movie flame videos on the way.